back with the Thunderbird 2. Now what I'm doing now is trying to figure out where I'm going to put the lights. You can see that I've added the lower deck.
Lower decks! Lower decks! Come on, Talib! Lower decks! Lower decks!
Of the ship. We have the upper deck here. And we have the lower deck here. And you can see that little flickering light. I have the LED mocked up. And we have the lower section of the ship lit in this compartment. I just kind of wanted to show you the effect that I'm getting. If I turn these lights down a little bit more, you guys can see it a little better. There we go. There's the effect of the lower section of the ship being lit inside that one cabin area there. And you can see the light shining through the upper portion of this deck here, which is kind of a cool look, but not really what I'm looking for. So we'll be doing a little more work with that. But I do kind of like what I'm seeing here, as the interior of the lower deck is fully lit. It's a very bright light, so you'll be able to see all the detail once I get it all painted in there. Actually looks quite a bit brighter on the camera than what it does in real life, but I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Now this cabin, this portion of the deck here also has to be lit. So there are going to be multiple LEDs in here, and in the front there's nothing more than a radar dish. So that area we may not light, and then I have to get the cockpit here to light up, which I still have to figure that out because I want the consoles to be lit from underneath the cockpit. Once I paint this, there won't be any light coming through the top here. Now the light here, it is pretty cool the way it shines right through the plastic, but I will have to paint all of that, so I don't know if I'll be able to get that effect. But that does look pretty cool there. I'm gonna have to think about that. So it's quite a bit of planning out still left to do here. But I am liking what I'm seeing on my first little mock-up of the lights. Now, we also have the nose taped off, as we're going to start masking this side of it, so I can start adding primer to the side that's going to be painted. Because until I have some paint on the body, I'm not going to really know where I'm going to place all the lights, so that you'll see the glow from the light but not the light itself. Kind of like what we see here on this lower section. So I'm thinking there may be a total of maybe 3 to 4 bulbs in this front end, just to light it up nicely. And then we have the nuclear reactor, which I haven't decided whether I'm going to add any lights to that yet, but I am thinking about it. Especially seeing as how, now that I see that this plastic is somewhat translucent, it might be kind of cool to just have a glow inside the reactor itself, in the dome of the reactor. That might be cool. So we'll have to do a light test there to see if I can get that to glow through. In which case, then the dome, I won't paint the dome, but I'll paint everything around it. And I think that that might give us a pretty cool effect. Alright guys, now, taking the whole thing apart, basically just slid the nose off. Here we have our lower deck here, and here we have the upper deck. So just to show you guys what I'm doing with that, I have installed the bulb into this, under this little, there's a little cavern here under the deck here from the way it's molded, which is perfect for seating the bulb right into. And then once this sits here, the clear portion of the floor here, which is the ceiling of the underdeck, allows the light to shine right through and light up our lower deck. Let's just take all the parts out. And you can see here with the lower deck in place, you can see where the light shines right through. So I think that's going to give us a good effect to light up all of this detail in this area here. But then we'll have this area that's cut off from that side. So we may have to install a light, another bulb here, which may serve the dual purpose of lighting the control panels here from underneath, while also giving us light into this portion of this, while giving us light here. So I have to just figure out some way to mount the light there so that it's not visible from on the underside, and you'll be able to see it glowing through the control panels here. So working on that. A lot of stuff that has to be thought out on these when you light a model. So there's quite a bit of work that's going to have to be done there before I can even start with any sort of paint work or the really fun stuff like detail work. And then I haven't decided whether there will be any lighting going on with the engine components. Probably not, as I don't think really that that there should be any light in there. I don't know yet. Just kind of making this up as I go along. So this whole area here is going to be painted except for the control panel surfaces here, which will have the decals applied, and I'm hoping that the light will shine right through the decal and light up the instruments. Don't really know if that's going to work or not, but we're going to give that a shot. Now this wall here will be painted, but this floor surface will not. And then we'd have to figure out, I do like the idea of the glow. As a matter of fact, why don't we just test this right now and see if the light will glow through Oh yeah, look at that. We do have a glow coming through. Let's cut down the lights a little bit. Let's see if we can show you guys this. Okay, now we're going to put this in here. And if we put this right there in the center, now I won't be able to have a flickering effect, I don't think. Okay. Kind of hard to do this with just two hands. All right, let me see if I can show you guys. Now we have a good contact there. If I hold it just off the plastic, which means it'll have to be hovering in between the two halves of the globe. But that, I think, is a pretty cool effect of the glowing nuclear core. Now, to do that, I'm going to have to figure out... Probably have to make a small channel in... Let's just see something, guys. Okay, now you see that? See that glow there?
Just so glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow, baby.
Now that looks extremely cool. I like that a lot, and I think now that I have made up my mind that the nuclear core will be glowing, because I think that is going to look awesome in the back of the ship. Okay, let's see if we can figure out how to set this up here. I'm not really sure if I have it upside down or right side up, but that doesn't really matter. Well, let's just take a look and see. Now, what do you think, guys? That is going to look awesome. I think I have it upside down. Oh, no, there. That was correct. Okay, hold on. We're gonna put this here because now that I've seen that, I have to see it. Okay, we're gonna have to make a small cut in there. We're just going to lay this in there for now. It's not really put in there precisely or the way that it should be, but we're just trying to get an idea. And our bulb came loose. Because I do think that... Okay, guys, give me a second. I'll set this up so we can take a look at it. Okay, guys, now we have a very rough, extremely rough mock-up of the nuclear reactor. And let me turn the lights down so we can see what this is going to look like. Oops. Alright, now in total darkness, here we have the reactor core glowing in the rear portion of the ship, which kind of lights up everything really nicely. Now let's add a little bit of light here and see if we can catch the glow even in... Yep, there we go. You can still see... I think this effect is going to be what I'll be looking for. As you can see there, the nuclear core, if we can keep the light on, will be glowing to produce power for the jet. Very, very cool. I wonder if I can get this flickering effect, because that would be amazing to have that flickering effect. Not really sure how I would do that, as I'm all new to this lighting thing. So if you guys have any ideas on how I can get this flickering effect to stay there, let me know. There we go. Now we have some good power going to the light. But I am really liking this effect. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for now. Still have quite a bit of figuring out to do. And I know this is a very short video, but this is going to be a very intensive build where I've got to figure out all sorts of stuff that I have never done before. And I want to take you guys through the entire thing step by step. So as I figure these things out, we'll be coming back with short updates, which should give us a really cool effect when we're done with it. So, going right back to the workbench to figure out exactly what else I'm going to do and how to route these wires, and don't even know where I'm going to put the battery yet. So there's a lot of stuff to figure out. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one with this really exciting build that I'm having a lot of fun with, and I hope you guys are too.